So today we have two of the most popular Marvel heroes and Avengers going head to head. Spider-Man versus Black Panther. Who wins? Let's find out. So Spider-Man. Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider that gave him the abilities of a spider, enhanced his physicality to superhuman levels, gave him a nice healing factor, and the Spidey sense. The Spidey sense acts as a sixth sense, and it allows him to know when he's about to get hit so he can dodge out of the way and stuff due to his enhanced reflexes and reaction time. Also tells him when something bad is happening. He's a great fighter since he created his own fighting style that perfectly executed his spider abilities called the Way of the Spider. He's also great at pressure point fighting. He can easily lift over 10 tons and has even lifted 50 tons while under a very stressful situation. He's fast enough to dodge point-blank machine gun fire, as he's been known to be as fast as machine gun fire. He can, just like any spider, he can crawl on walls and ceilings. His only weapon is his web shooters that helps him in combat and transportation. He can shoot like web bullets or string his opponent up. He created these, and Reed Richards, who's said to be the smartest MCU character ever, couldn't figure out how he did. He's also known as the most agile character in the MCU, and due to the fact that he can crawl on walls and ceilings, makes him a master of stealth. His only weakness is that he's vulnerable to bladed weapons. And in the other corner, we have Black Panther. King of Wakanda, one of the most technologically advanced nations in the world, T'Challa was allowed to eat the heart-shaped herb that gave him super strength, speed, durability, endurance, agility, and reflexes. He received a gift from the Panther god that increased his physicality even more, and as king, he can call upon the past Black Panthers for strength and knowledge. He's in the top 5 best fighters in the MCU, being trained to be a warrior since birth. He was trained in all forms of armed and unarmed combat, and he's on par with Wolverine and Captain America. He's in the top 8 smartest people in the MCU, on par with Tony Stark and Reed Richards. As king of one of the most technologically advanced nations in the world, he has many weapons like his vibranium alloy suit that robs physical attacks of their momentum, 5 retractable anti-metal claws that breaks down metal on a molecular level, and 2 energy daggers that can go through virtually anything. He's strong enough to stop an elephant's charge, wrestle a rhino into submission, and he can lift about 5 tons. He's also a great strategist and a master of stealth. So, physically, Spider-Man wins, obviously. Black Panther is just not on his level. But the same can be said about Black Panther's better fighting skill, as he knows many more fighting styles and has much more experience. And Black Panther also has more versatility with his vibranium suit, claws, and his energy daggers. So, Spider-Man, he's physically superior. He has a Spidey sense. He can crawl on walls and ceilings. Nice healing factor, and he has his web shooters. Black Panther, he's a much better fighter. He's a lot smarter, and he has more lethal weapons and tools at disposal. So, the two big game changers in this fight is Black Panther's vibranium suit and Spider-Man's Spidey sense. Black Panther's suit isn't going to completely rob Spider-Man of his attacks, just dim them down a bit. Spider-Man's Spidey sense will allow him to dodge a lot of Black Panther's attacks, but not all of them due to Black Panther's greater skill. Don't forget, these two know each other, they know what they're packing, and they know their advantages. Spider-Man is vulnerable to bladed weapons, and T'Challa knows this, and if his anti-metal claws connect, they'll do a lot of damage. But Peter Parker has a nice healing factor to fall back on, and let's not forget about his web shooters, but they're not going to do hardly anything to T'Challa. So they both have what it takes to take each other down. So who wins the majority? Well, it's really close, and they'll both get their fair share of wins, but I gotta give it to Spider-Man. Spider-Man wins because of his greater physicality, his Spidey sense, and his nice healing factor, about 6 out of 10 times. Like and subscribe, all the great stuff. See y'all next time.